Have you ever felt trapped by your sexual urges, stuck in a cycle of doing things you regret, or hiding a part of your life from the world? You are not alone. I know what it's like to carry shame and still want freedom. Hi, my name is Trina, and I'm looking to help people break free of sexual addiction and rebuild a life filled with confidence, connection, and peace. And I want to show you how. And if this is you and you looking for that freedom, please drop a heart off in the comments for me. Okay? Now, I want to tell you just a little bit about me, a little bit about my story, and how I became to wanting to do this and to help others. Okay? I was abused at a young age. Okay, I was about 3 or 4. And it went on until I was like 10, 11 years old. Okay. I went through therapy, you know, and things of that nature, but without the support at home, it meant nothing to me. I ended up turning into a life of the streets. You know, the streets is where I went and found my love. The streets is where I was just so hypersexual. It was like I couldn't get enough. It became pretty much a part of my life. Okay. It you know there are things that I'm not proud of that I have done. I have told my story several times, and it is to tell it to be able to help others that pretty much have went through what I went through, or is going through what I'm going through, and just need someone to tell them that it's okay. Don't feel shame. You can get through this as I got through this, and I'm gonna help you get through it. Okay? I started this journey of helping others with sexual addiction last year. But I had gotten to a point where I still needed to work on me some more. You got to be a better you in order to help others. Because you can't help others if you still got things going on within yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, I was battling hard to break mental chains that kept me stuck, and how I ended up doing that, I became celibate. Okay. I fasted for pretty much a whole year on just straight sex. Because like I told y'all, this addiction is real. Okay. It is really real. All right. So breaking the stigma. Okay. Sexual addiction isn't just about too much sex. It's about using sexual behavior to numb the pain. That's pretty much what it is. Okay. All you doing is just numbing the pain. Okay, until it starts to control your whole entire life. Okay, this is real. It can ruin relationships, whether it be relationship with your partner, family, work relationships. It just ends up consuming your life. It's isolating. It's exhausting. Okay, like really exhausting. And it's not who you really are. It's not who I am. And I'm creating this space as a judgment-free zone. I can't judge no one. Only he can. You know what I'm saying? So, know that you are safe here. No shame, no labels, no lecture. Okay? Just a straight, free judgment zone. Okay? So listen. Tell me in the comments, without, personal details. Okay? What's been the hardest heart for you? Okay. Is it guilt and shame? Is it relationship suffering? Or is it feeling like you can't stop? For me, it was all three. Okay. It was all three for me. Guilt and shame. Like, it took me, whew, it took me pretty much all my life to really share my story. Okay, I shared my story of me being molested as a child. That, oh God, that did take a lot to share with the world. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'm sitting here and I'm worried about what family's gonna say, who's gonna do this, who's gonna, you know, and I just had to get out my own head. I had to get out my own way and tell my story because it's my story. You feel what I'm saying? And I had to stop feeling guilt and shame because it wasn't my fault. Okay? It is not your fault. All right? Relationship suffering. Whew. Yeah, you know, oh God. I could just sit up here, just think back on how many relationships have failed because of me, because of my addiction and the fact that I couldn't keep it together. Let me just be real with you. I couldn't keep it together. You know what I'm saying? And that goes into feeling like you can't stop. You know, it's an addiction. It's an addiction. It's just like something that's just got a grip and a hold on you. Okay? So listen. I'm going to go into the first step out of addiction. Okay? I call them the 3 R's of breaking free. Okay? So your first R is recognizing. Okay? First thing you have to do is recognize that there is a problem. Okay? Most people will give themselves excuses and just be like, you know, I just like to hump a lot. No, baby. No. When it starts to interfere with your life, recognize the problem that you have one. Okay? Replace. Addiction leaves a hole. Okay? You got to be able to fill it with something and fill it with something positive. Okay? For me, I replaced it with working with bedroom candy. Okay? And that's something positive, a positive outlet where I can be able to channel my sexual energy in a positive way instead of out here looking for, you know, Tom, Dick, and Harry. You know what I'm saying? And number 3 is reconnect. Okay? Reconnect with yourself. Reconnect with others. You know what I'm saying? Rebuild your life back. Take it back. You know what I'm saying? Just take it back. This addiction cannot have you. Okay? Imagine having control of your thoughts again. Look at people in the eye without shame and actually enjoying intimacy without fear. Okay? Me and some of the things that I've did, some of it I did do out of fear because one of my biggest fears is being raped. Okay? And out there doing what I was doing, I raised my chances of that. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I just gave it up so that way, you know, it won't be taken from me. But in all reality, it was being taken from me. Okay? But actually enjoying intimacy without fear is possible, y'all. It's really possible. I'm living proof of that. Okay? We are not broken. We just need the right tools, mindset, shift, very important. You want to think and support, or what you think is support, okay? If you want to break free but didn't know where to start, you in the right place, okay? Y'all, you're in the right place. And I'm going to help you to rewire your mindset, craving controls, rebuilding confidence, and how to experience sexual energy in a healthy way, okay? Because it can be done. You know, I see a lot of negative sexual energy in the world, you know, and people need to know how to be able to channel that in a positive way, okay? So here is what I want y'all to do, okay? I want you to subscribe to my channel, turn on all notifications, all right? And join me again, because next time I'm going to talk about why your triggers aren't the real problem. It's going to change the way you see yourself. Okay? Your story isn't over. You're just turning the page, turning to a new chapter. Okay? And remember this. You are not your addiction. You are your comeback story. Okay? Thank y'all for coming in and listening to me. And listen, I'm very excited to be able to go on this journey with y'all, to be able to help you get through this addiction, because you can. And like I said, you are not alone. There are many people out there just like us. All right? Share this story with someone else. Bring them in so they can see this video along with more. All right? And again, thank you. Bye-bye.